keep this simple, we're going to keep things contained to essentially a single worksheet in Excel. Now on my screen is that Excel workbook. You're going to notice, of course, there are two worksheets. This is the workbook I'd like you to download if you're participating in the exercises. It's called shipping.xlsx. It comes with the course. It's identical to what you're seeing on my screen. Now, the Invoices tab is the leftmost tab, and it contains what we like to call transactional data. Transactional data is very simple to understand. Every time an event occurs or an observation is made, a row gets written. And that's all we mean by transactional data. Here, these look like they're all sales records. Every time a customer places an order, we get a brand new row. But it doesn't have to be retail-based. That's just what we're looking at here. Transactional data could be kept in a database where people swipe their ID badge to get in and out of a secure office where they work. That's also event-based data, so we call it transactional data. Now, because we'd like things to move quickly, there's not too much data here. I'm going to go to the bottom of this worksheet. There's only several thousand rows. Here we are. 2,156 rows. And this is going to carry us through much of the course. Now, just to satisfy our curiosity, what's over here on sales prospects? Well, sales prospects, this is part of our data. It doesn't model into anything else, but we're going to need it for something called a funnel chart. And a funnel chart is one of the types of visuals we're going to be building together later in this course. Specifically, a funnel chart takes a number as a starting number, which will go through a reduction process. And as it reduces, it'll be shaped like a funnel, and that's how the visualization type gets its name. That's what this is for. I'm going to come back and explain more of this later. Right now, I'm just introducing everybody to the workbook. What I want is this piece over here called Invoices. And what I'm going to do is import this into Power BI. Here we are. What you're looking at on the screen now is a completed version of all the exercises we're going to be doing in this course. We can't build any of this until we actually go ahead and get our data imported. So I'm going to close this. And launch Power BI Desktop. Let's go find it. There we are. When this loads, I'll go ahead and I'll pull this data in from Excel. Now, a few things about the first load sequence. Generally speaking, what's on this screen can change, so I'm going to ignore this for now. And we'll do a more thorough introduction to the environment coming up. Right now, let's just get some data in place so we can get that topic complete. You'll notice that up here on the Home tab, I have a series of buttons for getting data. And you'll recall from one of my slides, I said we have over 80 different types of data. See, if we come down to here and we select more, start counting, right? In a few moments here, the dialog box will appear. And yeah, here it all is. Take a look. More gets added on a somewhat regular basis, so don't hold us to that number 80. By the end of this year, I expect there to be even more types of data to which we could connect. For now, I'm simply going to click the Excel button. I'll grab shipping. Here we are. And it begins this process of pulling in the data. Now, this data is organized in a manner that Excel users would consider this a region of cells. A region of cells, similar to a range but not the same, a region of cells is a rectangular shape of cells with no empty columns or rows in it, because an empty column and an empty row define the borders of your region. That's going to be an important piece for us. Now, the reason that we're seeing what appear to be duplicate names is because these tables have been given names as well as the worksheet tabs at the bottom. So it's not going to matter which one of these I select. I'll just pick Invoices. And I'll come back for from prospect analysis when I get out to a funnel chart. Here's all the data you saw a few moments ago. The data, let's maximize this, is what we call cleaned data, meaning it does not need to go through a transformation process. I don't need to go through these columns and split them out into more columns. I don't need to combine columns. The dates look like dates the way they're supposed to, and so on. Otherwise, I would be doing a transform, but we don't really need to do transform. So I'm simply going to click Load. We'll give this a few moments. And then toward the right-hand side of the screen, when this all comes in, we're going to see all of that data. Here we are. Now, to the right-hand side, we have something called the Fields pane. And these are all the column headings that you saw. on the Excel worksheet. You also see some icons, but we're going to discuss these icons a little bit later. For now, I just need to get this data in place because from here we can begin to start to build.